What's up, cameras? Welcome back to the video. In today's video, we're going to be going over how to play Ace Rainbow Six Siege. Before we go any further, links to all my socials in the description below, so you should go check those out. Now, this video is kind of late. Ace has been out for a while. I believe it's coming up onto his second season being out, but he is very important, very useful, and a very strong attacker, so I feel like I'll make a guide on him. In my opinion, he is the second best hard breach. I don't know, it actually really depends on the situation. I would still say Maverick is the best, especially with his buff. He can now get 2 hatches, which is more than Ace. He can get 2 walls, which is less than Ace, or at least 2 walls. You might even be able to get more depending on how big you want to make the hole. And well, the one thing Ace has is he can throw them from range, right? He can throw his Selmas from range. But first, okay, well, that's autistic. So Ace is one of the best hard breaches in the game. I still do think Maverick is the best, simply because nothing can stop him. No Bandit, Mute, Cade, anything like that. But quickly, Ace is very good of the more traditional hard breaches, like a Habana, Thermite. Ace, God, what am I saying? I'd say Ace is a very strong hard breach, obviously. Yeah, I'd say he's the second best hard breach beside Maverick, just because nothing can counter Maverick. But out of Habana, Thermite, I do think Ace is the best, simply because he's like a mix of them. He can only get 1 hatch, which is a little unfortunate, but he can get 3 walls, and he can throw his breaches from distance, which is very important, right? Because you can't get nitro celled, or it's a lot harder to get nitro celled, and you can make a big hole, as opposed to Habana, who has to use all 3 of her Habana holes just to make a runnable hole. But anyways, let's look at Ace's loadout. He has the AK-12, which I believe statistically is the best gun in the game, so that's really good. I do think this is a very fun operator to play, and I believe a lot of people will play hard breach simply just for Ace because of the AK-12. His secondary shotgun, well, his second option is the shotgun. Personally, the shotgun is not bad, but for attack, it is not the best. He has 1 pistol, it's the P9, not bad. And for smoke or breach charges, I would always bring smoke grenades just to be able to help plant, because most of the time as an Ace, you will have the diffuser. Now, Ace is a hard breach, and he will most likely be played by your hard support player, or you will play him if you are a support player. So lots of the time, in the early round, you will be droning. You will be watching cams. Like, for example, on the team I'm currently on, what I do is I drone in our entry players, and then while we have our Sledge, Zofia, all of them executing onto upstairs, let's say the sides downstairs, while I have them clearing utility or playing vertically or anything like that, I just hold cams to watch flanks, like on main stairs and white stairs, and pretty much that's what you will be doing the majority of the round, droning and holding cams. What I do like about Ace, though, oh, I did not mean to do that, is having the AK-12. You are able to entry with him simply because it's such a strong gun. It does have an angled grip. I just prefer vertical grip simply because it's easier to control the recoil, and I feel like you don't really need an angled grip, because if you're doing your job droning and you are able to actually kind of just do your job, basically, you shouldn't be surprised and need to ADS quickly. You should be able to know somebody's already around the corner and either pre-fire them or be ADS'd. But basically, what makes Ace so strong are his Selma gadgets, which are these throwable hard breach gadgets. They take, I don't know, like 10 seconds, maybe less than that, to open. They open up these holes. They do damage to you, like 5 damage, I believe. But they open up these vaultable holes. They used to make a runnable hole, but he was super strong, so now they only do vaultable holes. He does have 3 of them. On a reinforced hatch, it does take 2 Selmas to open up the hatch, but I still believe Ace is very strong. He is by far the most picked hard breach currently, simply because of his flexibility of being able to get 3 walls without needing to, because Thermite can only get 2 and Habana can only get 1, because yeah, she can only get 1. So Ace is that nice middle, being able to get 3 or maybe 1 hatch and a wall. So he's very flexible that way. I do think he is very strong. But basically, that's his utility, is opening up the wall. I believe what you can do is, if this is mute jammed, or not really mute jammed, but if it's electrocuted and it's on a soft wall, soft floor, you can open it up by throwing it onto the floor. I threw it too far, but basically I hope you get the point. You can throw it closer to the wall, and as you see, it blows this up. It will blow up under the battery, or if it's a reinforced wall, it will blow up the reinforced wall enough for you to prone and shoot the bandit battery, or if the Cade's on the floor, shoot the Cade charge. But being the hard support, usually you will have the diffuser and you will need to plant. And with his utility of the smoke grenades, this is when it comes into play. With Ace, you're able, with these, like this hole for example, you can hold the attic flank or attic push. So what I recommend doing is you smoke off an angle that you can't see. Lots of people, what they do wrong is, let's say they're trying to plant inside games, let's say on the food, let's say on this couch, right, on this table right here, they'll smoke off either the table or this line of sight right here. That's very bad to do, because now if you have somebody through the breach watching to attic door, they can't see anything. They can't hold that angle, and a defender can come from anywhere this side of the smoke and sprint through and either pre-fire you, and the guy holding your plant might not even be able to see them, and you might die before he can. So the best way to use your smoke is to smoke deep and away and cut off the angles that the defenders can see you from. For example, like I said, if I'm trying to plant on this table, I would throw a smoke right there. It cuts off this line of sight, and now anybody from kids has to push through this smoke, and I'm able to hop up onto this table and plant without being nitro celled from below. If I had my second smoke, usually there will be a rotate right there. I would smoke off this rotate simply because it's hard to watch this rotate from anywhere, especially if we don't have somebody on big window. From big window, you can watch this rotate, but you might be watching through these. I'm gonna make up a hole here and watch the attic rotate, but I would, either way, I would just smoke off this rotate from white and then this kind of open area, and then we have our guy holding the attic push or attic flank. And basically it's just a really easy way to get the plant down, is to use your smoke. Now, like I said earlier, you are able to get kills quite efficiently with the best gun in the game, the AK-12, which I like about Ace, because if you are down, let's say you're down in the man count, maybe 2-3, 2-4, you can open up a wall, and then you can kind of go entry frag mode, almost like a Maverick once he gets the wall. Pretty much like with any hard breach, once you get the wall, you can become an entry frag because your job is done, especially if you have a Thatcher or somebody who might plant the bomb or a gridlock. Then you can just go gunny mode, just go try and entry and shoot everybody you can. For example, when I open up this wall, I might get a call, somebody's attic push up, try and hold it across, something like that. I feel like what a lot of beginning people do is when they play, I've done this in the past as well, is when they play somebody like Thermite or Ace or Habana or Maverick, they don't take fights. They should, because they're scared of dying and wasting their utility. So what I have to say about that is either use your utility as fast as possible, or just be confident in every fight you go into. It's easier said than done, but you will have to take fights in this game when you don't like to. For example, if I'm in master and somebody's coming up to flank main and my teammates are in attic and kids, I'm gonna need to fight this guy. I can't have Ash come all the way from big bunk, come off of the vertical hole she's watching, and come watch main. I'm gonna have to do this, and it's my job. And it just basically, it is the job. It's what you have to do. And pretty much that's all I have to say, though. Ace, I feel like, is pretty straightforward. He's one of the easier hard breaches to use because you don't need to worry about timing that much. You just throw the Soma on and go. For his smoke grenades, like I said, smoke deep and away, because you can imagine if you smoke right here and you're trying to plant, you can't see anything. You can't see if somebody's running up or throwing a nitro cell or anything like that. You need to smoke deep and away, cut off their lines of sight, not yours. This works with Capitao, and he smokes, obviously, but basically I feel like it's pretty common sense. It's like if you throw a smoke right here, you can't see anything. If you throw a smoke back there, you can see all of this area, and they have to come to you, and they have to react to you, maybe holding this prone angle. You have to run through this smoke and see you, rather you have to be holding this smoke, not knowing where they come from, and then quickly react to cover your planter, anything like that. But if you enjoyed, remember to like and subscribe. That's pretty much all to say about Ace. He is one of the better operators in the game. I definitely recommend playing him. Even if you don't want to play hard reach, his gadget is not too time consuming. You just throw it on and go, and he does have the best gun in the game, so you can entry with him. You can run hollow, angled, 2 times, vertical, anything like that. But if you enjoyed, remember to like and subscribe. All my socials are linked in the description below. Make sure you check those out. Thank you for watching, and peace out, gamers.